You look at your bank account and think you're doing okay. You've got some savings, you're not drowning in debt, you pay your bills on time. But are you actually ahead, or are you just treading water with everyone else? The uncomfortable truth is that most Americans have no idea where they actually stand financially because they're comparing themselves to people who are performing wealth, not building it. My name is Don, and I create educational content about investing, personal finance, and building wealth. If you're interested in understanding where you actually fit in the economic landscape based on real data from 2026, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this information helps you out. Here's what makes comparing yourself to the average American so dangerous. The average American is financially stressed, undersaved, and one emergency away from crisis. If you're average, you're not doing fine. You're falling behind. Let me show you the actual numbers from 2026 and where you really stand. The income reality. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median household income in America for 2026 is approximately $81,000. That sounds decent until you realize that's gross income before taxes. After federal, state, and payroll taxes, that household is taking home roughly $62,000, or about $5,167 per month. Individual median income is lower, around $48,000 annually. That's about $3,100 per month after taxes for a single person working full-time. Half of all individual workers make less than this. But here's where it gets interesting. Data from the Social Security Administration shows that 67% of American workers earn less than $60,000 per year. Two-thirds of workers are making less than what most people would consider a comfortable middle-class income. The income distribution is so skewed that the average gets pulled up by the top earners, making it completely unrepresentative of typical experience. If you're making $75,000 as an individual, you're not average. You're in the top 30% of earners. If you're making $100,000, you're in the top 18%. The person who feels financially stressed making $95,000 has no idea they're out-earning 82% of American workers. The savings account gap. Here's where things get brutal. According to a 2026 survey by Bankrate, the median savings account balance for Americans is $8,000. The median. Half of all Americans have less than $8,000 in total liquid savings. But it gets worse when you break it down by age. Americans under 35 have a median savings of just $3,400. People aged 35 to 44 have about $7,200. Even people approaching retirement, aged 55 to 64, only have a median of $12,000 in accessible savings. Research from the Federal Reserve's Survey of Household Economics shows that 37% of Americans couldn't cover a $400 emergency expense using cash or savings. They'd need to borrow money, use a credit card, or sell something. More than one-third of the country is one car repair away from financial crisis. If you have $10,000 in savings, you're already ahead of half the population. If you have $20,000, you're well above average. But here's the terrifying part. Financial advisors recommend having 3 to 6 months of expenses saved for emergencies. For someone spending $4,000 per month, that's $12,000 to $24,000. Most Americans don't have even the low end of that range. The debt disaster. Data from Experian's 2026 Consumer Credit Report shows that the average American carries $104,215 in total debt. But that number is misleading because it includes mortgages, which most people consider good debt. Break it down by category and the picture gets clearer. The average credit card debt per borrower is $7,236. Average auto loan debt is $23,792. Average student loan debt for those who have it is $38,787. These are averages, meaning plenty of people are carrying significantly more. But here's what really matters. According to the New York Federal Reserve, total household debt in America reached $17.9 trillion in 2026. Credit card balances specifically hit $1.17 trillion, an all-time high. And delinquency rates are climbing. More people are falling behind on payments than at any point since 2011. The average credit card interest rate in 2026 is hovering around 21 to 24%. If you're carrying that average $7,236 balance and only making minimum payments, you're paying over $1,500 per year just in interest. That's money evaporating into nothing, building zero wealth. If you have zero credit card debt, you're ahead of 45% of Americans. If your only debt is a mortgage with a reasonable interest rate, you're in significantly better shape than the average American who's juggling car payments, student loans, and revolving credit card balances. The retirement account reality. Vanguard's 2026 report on retirement savings reveals numbers that should terrify anyone paying attention. The median 401k balance for all age groups combined is $35,286. The median. Half of all Americans with 401k accounts have less than $35,000 saved for retirement. Break it down by age and it gets worse. Workers in their 20s have a median balance of $7,351. Workers in their 30s have $28,913. Workers in their 40s have $64,548. People in their 50s who should be in peak saving mode have a median of only $124,831. A study by the National Institute on Retirement Security found that the median retirement account balance for all working age households is $0. Zero. Most Americans have literally nothing saved in retirement accounts because they either don't have access to them or aren't participating. Here's the math that makes this catastrophic. That 50-year-old with $124,831 saved has maybe 15 years until retirement. Even if they contribute aggressively and earn 8% returns, they're still going to retire significantly short of what they need. And most people aren't contributing aggressively. They're contributing minimally or not at all. If you have $50,000 in retirement savings in your 30s, you're ahead of the average American. If you have $150,000 in your 40s, you're well above median. But neither of those numbers is actually sufficient for a comfortable retirement. Being above average doesn't mean you're on track. It just means you're less behind than most people. The investment participation gap. Gallup's 2026 survey on stock ownership found that 61% of Americans own stock either directly or through retirement accounts. That sounds decent until you realize it means 39% of Americans have zero exposure to the market that has historically been the primary wealth-building vehicle for the middle class. But even among those who invest, participation is unequal. Research from the Federal Reserve shows that the top 10% of earners own 89% of all stocks. The bottom 50% of earners own just 1% of stock market wealth. The average American who does invest typically has modest holdings that aren't sufficient for long-term wealth building. Data from Charles Schwab shows that the average investor contributes $8,000 per year to their investment accounts, but the median contribution is only $3,000. That gap between average and median tells you that a small number of people are investing heavily, while most people are investing minimally. If you're consistently investing $500 per month or more in index funds or retirement accounts, you're in rare company. The typical American is either not investing at all or investing sporadically with whatever money happens to be available. The net worth distribution. According to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, the median net worth for American households is approximately $192,900. But that number is heavily influenced by home equity for homeowners. For households under 35, median net worth is just $39,000. For households 35 to 44, it's $141,000. But here's what those numbers hide. The Survey of Consumer Finances from the St. Louis Federal Reserve shows that when you remove primary residence equity from net worth calculations, the median drops dramatically. Most Americans' net worth is their house. They have minimal liquid assets or investment portfolios. Research from the Urban Institute found that 25% of American households have zero or negative net worth. 1/4 of households owe more than they own. They're underwater financially, and many don't even realize it because they're focusing on monthly cash flow instead of overall balance sheet health. If your net worth is $100,000 in your 30s, you're above median for your age group. If it's $300,000 in your 40s, you're significantly ahead. But here's the uncomfortable reality. You need approximately $1.5 to $2 million in net worth to retire comfortably with a middle-class lifestyle. Being above the median doesn't mean you're on track. It means you're less far behind. The monthly payment trap. Data from Experian shows that the average American has a monthly debt payment obligation of $1,233. That's just debt payments, not including rent or mortgage. Add in the average mortgage payment of $2,365 or average rent of $1,850, and you're looking at $3,500 to $3,600 in fixed monthly obligations before food, utilities, or anything else. Remember that median household after-tax income of $5,167? Subtract $3,500 in housing and debt payments, and you've got $1,667 left for everything else: groceries, utilities, transportation, insurance, healthcare, entertainment, savings. No wonder most Americans have minimal savings. There's barely anything left. Research from LendingTree shows that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, not just low earners. The study found that even 65% of people earning $100,000 to $150,000 report living paycheck to paycheck because their expenses have scaled with their income. If you have positive cash flow every month after all expenses, if you're not living paycheck to paycheck, you're already ahead of 3/4 of Americans, regardless of your income level. The financial literacy gap. The FINRA Investor Education Foundation's 2026 financial literacy study reveals something disturbing. Only 57% of American adults are considered financially literate, meaning they can answer basic questions about interest rates, inflation, and risk diversification. 43% of adults lack fundamental financial knowledge. The study also found that only 35% of Americans follow a budget. Despite all the financial stress and paycheck-to-paycheck living, 2/3 of people don't track where their money goes. They're financially stressed but not financially aware. Research from the National Endowment for Financial Education shows that people who track their spending and follow a budget save 19% more on average than those who don't. The simple act of awareness creates better outcomes, but most people never do it. If you track your spending, follow a budget, and can explain concepts like compound interest and index funds, you're in the minority of Americans. Financial literacy correlates strongly with wealth accumulation, and most people are operating financially blind. Where you actually stand. So how do you compare to the average American? If you're earning $75,000 or more individually, you're in the top 30% of earners. If you have $15,000 or more in savings, you're ahead of median. If you have zero credit card debt, you're doing better than half the country. If you're investing $500 plus monthly for retirement, you're in rare company. But here's the critical insight. Being above average doesn't mean you're financially secure. It means you're less insecure than most people. The average American is financially stressed, undersaved, and unprepared for retirement. Beating that average is a low bar. Research from the Pew Research Center shows that only 25% of Americans describe themselves as financially comfortable. 3/4 feel some level of financial stress or insecurity. If you're in that 25%, you're genuinely ahead, but most people who think they're comfortable are actually just less stressed than the people around them. The uncomfortable reality. The statistics from 2026 paint a clear picture. The average American is carrying significant debt, has minimal savings, isn't investing sufficiently for retirement, and lives paycheck to paycheck despite earning decent income. That's not an opinion. That's what the data shows across multiple sources. If you're tracking your spending, living below your means, investing consistently, and building net worth, you're not average. You're exceptional. The problem is that exceptional has become necessary for basic financial security, and average has become a path to financial crisis. The question isn't whether you're beating the average. The question is whether your current trajectory leads to actual financial security or just being slightly less stressed than everyone else who's also headed for trouble. The numbers don't lie, and in 2026, those numbers show that average means broke, stressed, and unprepared. Don't aim for average. Aim for the behaviors that actually build wealth regardless of what everyone else is doing.